Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Sunday, January 2nd, 2022 slated games. Quick recap as of yesterday. Didn't really start out the new year the way that we wanted to. My favorite bet of the day, the Warriors, did end up cashing for us. But my other two bets, unfortunately, didn't. The Bulls kept it close. DeMar with another fantastic game winner. I mean, dang, DeMar has just been absolutely insane this year. And as a Bulls fan, absolutely love to see that. But wish they could have covered for us. It was pretty close, but at the same time, I'm glad that we won. Then we did also have the Giannis under 1.5 threes. He hits his last one in pretty much garbage time in the fourth quarter, and unfortunately does hurt us on that one. So, but we're not going to let that hurt us as of today. Today we're going to be hopping into some of my favorite plays. I'm very confident in these plays. The last thing I did want to address, though, like I said, when it comes to my record, I put it in one of my past videos, and I think it was 2 nights ago. I think it was on New Year's Eve. During that game, I put my record on there. So please do not comment about it anymore. Just go watch that video. Eventually, maybe I will put in a record thing, but with everything that I have right now, I don't plan on changing it for a while. So I really like my layout and everything else. So let's go ahead and hop into these plays, though. My first play is going to be Cam Johnson over 15.5 points versus the Charlotte Hornets -110 odds. Cam Johnson has cashed. He's been really good as of recently. He's cashed this in the past two of his last 3 games. On top of that, the Suns are pretty depleted as of right now, so he is seeing starting minutes. He's actually seeing 30-plus minutes very frequently, especially with all the injuries and people in protocol as of right now. The Hornets are a terrible defensive team as well. The Hornets are the worst defensive team statistically in the entire NBA, so that does give us an advantage as well. And when it comes to the power forward position, they're not really that much better. Maybe just a touch, but really not too much. The Hornets are the 6th worst defense when it comes to points per game from opposing power forwards. So not very good against the power forward position as well. And then if we take a look at all the people that are out for Phoenix as of tomorrow, I'm recording this the night before. So technically as of today, whenever you guys are watching this. So as of tonight, you have DeAndre Ayton out. You have Dario Saric out, you have Frank Kaminsky out, you have Jay Crowder out, and you have JaVale McGee out. So you have a lot of players that are going to be out. So Cam Johnson is going to not only see a lot of minutes, but he's also going to be seeing a lot of potential shot opportunities, especially if this Charlotte team decides to double team Booker, decides to get Chris Paul, make the other players around Chris Paul and Devin Booker score. So I think Cam Johnson could have a pretty big night. So I really like that first play, Cam Johnson, over 15.5 points, -110 odds. Our next play is going to be Pascal Siakam. I don't think on this channel we have done a Pascal Siakam prop yet. I do like Siakam quite a bit. So we're taking his over 19.5 points versus the New York Knicks -120 odds. Pascal Siakam has been on a tear recently. He has actually cashed this line in his last 3 games. And with all the injuries that New York does have as of right now, it's making me feel even more confident. So the New York Knicks do have out Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, and Nerlens Noel. So they're missing out on a lot of their big guys. They're missing out on a lot of their defense. And Pascal has been seeing a lot of center minutes as of recently. So with all their big guys out, it's going to be much tougher for someone to be able to match up against Siakam. And like I said, he has been seeing 40-plus minutes in his last 3 games, so he has been basically playing almost the entire game for the past 3 games. And in each of these last 3 games, he has been taking over 20 shots a night. So he's been shooting a lot, he's been playing a lot, and so I think that with both of those things kind of going hand in hand, I do think that 19.5 is a very valuable line. I think we can get a lot of value from that. So I really like that one. And when it comes to the New York Knicks, they're not necessarily the best defensive team against the power forward position in general. They're actually the 12th worst defense when it comes to points per game from opposing power forwards. So it actually gives us a little bit of value there too. So Not very good against the power forward position. They have a lot of people that are going to be out that are kind of their defensive guys. So I really like this play as well. Pascal Siakam over 19.5 points versus the New York Knicks minus 120 odds. Our next play of the day is going to be Tyler Herro under 22.5 points versus the Sacramento Kings minus 120 odds. Now I know. Before I get all the comments saying that the Heat are banged up, I get that. I truly do. But just hear me out for a second. Tyler Herro has only cashed this line in 4 of his last 13 games, so not a very good percentage in general. But then on top of that, he has only cashed this line in 6 games, and it's on the road in Sacramento. He has only cashed this in 6 games when he's on the road all year. All year he's only cashed this line 6 times. Now, could he hit it? Of course. Tyler Herro, he can get hot, and when he gets hot, like, no one can stop him. But at the same time, he can get ice cold, and he couldn't throw the ball into the ocean. So I really like this play. Sacramento in their last 3 games is actually 12th on defense. Not saying that that's tremendous by any stretch of the imagination, but they've actually been a decent defensive team in the last 3 games. They've kind of locked in on defense, and it could be a couple different things. Sacramento's kind of going through some hardships right now, so maybe they're trying to look and say, hey, if we can't do anything else right, maybe we can just play defense. I don't know. I don't know how it's all working, and Sacramento also gives up the 9th fewest points per game from 3 and 5th per game in the last 3 games. So he hasn't really been, or they have, like I said, they've been locking up, and Tyler Herro does shoot a lot of threes. We all know that. Tyler Herro shoots a lot of threes, and so if they give up the 9th fewest points per game when it comes to 3-point shots, that is taking out a pretty big chunk of his production. So it's going to be a lot tougher for him to score if they are a very good 3-point defensive team. Obviously not saying that Tyler Herro can't score inside, but just saying that he really thrives on the jump shot. So that's going to be my third play of the day, Tyler Herro under 22.5 points minus 120 odds. And recently, I've not been very good with my spread picks, so I decided, I just didn't really like any of them as of tomorrow. So with that being said, I went with another player prop for my 4th play, and that is going to be LeBron. You know it, LeBron James over 31.5 points versus Minnesota minus 110 odds. If you want to take his PRA line, go for it. I personally am just going to take the points, though. LeBron has cashed this in his last 6 games, which is absolutely sensational. LeBron is an absolute unit. So here are his numbers in his last 6 games. He got 43 last game against Portland in only 29 minutes. Just throwing that out there, 43 points in 29 minutes. Then he had 37, 32, which was right on the hook, 39, 36, and 34, cashing this line pretty easily in his last 6 games other than the one that was on the hook. Minnesota is also the 10th worst defense in the entire NBA, so they're not necessarily a great defensive team. And then, obviously, we know that LeBron has been playing center for this team. I don't really understand what I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand why LeBron has been playing center, but somebody's got to do it, and with all the injuries and stuff that the Lakers have and how shorthanded they are, somebody's got to do it, and that's LeBron. So when it comes to centers, the Minnesota Timberwolves are the 4th worst defense when it comes to opposing centers. So I do only have one main concern for this bet, and that is going to be that Jared Vanderbilt is questionable. With Jared Vanderbilt questionable, we all know that Vanderbilt is known for his defensive ability. He's kind of a Jonathan Isaac type build. So with that being said, he's a good defender, which if he is back in the game, we could see him match up on LeBron. So we would like to see him out. Obviously, I don't want anybody to be hurt. I don't want anybody to be out with, protocols and stuff. But if he is out, it would definitely help our bet. So that is going to be my final play of the day. LeBron over 31.5 points versus Minnesota minus 110 odds. So if you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. We are on the road to 700 subscribers right now. We're at about 615, 620, something like that. So I would love to be able to hit 700 by the end of this next week. That would be fantastic. But feel free to follow me on Action. I do track all my bets on there, and then I also do have a Twitter page. If you guys did want to go ahead and follow me on that, both of my usernames and stuff are going to be in the description down below. But for now, this is King Sinner signing out. Peace.